rich, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to predict the flight price. This is how our model is going to look like. First of all, we're going to put the departure date. That means the date we leave, and then you have the arrival date. Let me put it the same. And then the source is from Delhi to Cochin, and stoppage, let's set it to one stop. And I want to travel in Jet Airways, so let me do that, all of those. You can see your flight price is 6,437.27. So now let's see how to create this model and deploy it. I'm going to go to Jupyter homepage and create a new Python 3 file. And then I'm going to import the necessary libraries that are going to be NumPy, and I'm going to import it as NumPy. We need NumPy for the calculations of the price. And then let's import pandas. We need pandas for reading the file and novel about the data set. And then let's import matplotlib. We need matplotlib because we have to check a few. And then let's import matplotlib because we have to check few correlations and we need plots. So I'm going to import matplotlib. I'm going to say from matplotlib import pyplot. Import pyplot as plt. And then I'm going to import seaborn. And that's also for the same reason, for plotting for plots. So I'm going to say import seaborn as SNS, and then I'm going to say sns.set. Yeah. And after this, I'm going to read the train data. Do not worry about the data set or code. I'll be posting it in the GitHub link below. So let me say train underscore data is equal to pd.read underscore csv. And I'm going to go to the directory where I've saved it. It's here in the desktops. Let me bring it down. Yeah. Here is the data. First, let me call it up and then I'm going to show it to you guys. /train underscore data.xl. Yeah, now let me open it in the Excel. Let me open it in Excel. Let me open the data set in Excel. It is loading. I'm gonna close. Yes, I want to view this file later. Yeah. You can see here we have airline first. That means what type of plane you want to travel, like Indigo, Air India, Jet Airways, SpaceJet, and all those things you have. And then you have date of journey in the sense the whatever. And then you have date of journey, and then you have source in the sense like the day the place from where you're leaving. Source in the sense from where, and the destination is to where, and route is from where to where. That means source to destination. And then you have depth time in the sense the time you're leaving. And the arrival time is the time you're arriving at the station. And arrival time is the arriving time. And then you have duration, the traveling duration, and then you have total stops. Total stops in the sense like is yours the first stop, or you have before that you have any stops. And then you have additional information in the sense like anything else other than this you want to say it. They can put it in the additional information. Here you can see in-flight, meal not included. Yeah, all those you have. And then prices are there. It's the train data set, so you have prices. The test data set, you won't find the prices. So this is the train data set. Let me show you guys the test data set. Yeah, you can see this is the test set. You have airline here, date of journey, source, destination. Everything you have similar, but you don't have the price because it's the train data set. Now let me move back to Jupyter and let me run this. Okay, file not found. It is the data underscore. Okay, it's data underscore train. Sorry. Underscore train. File not found. There must be. Oh yeah, you have You told read underscore CS. We have to put read underscore Excel because it's an Excel file. And then I'm going to set the display of max column to none. So let me do that. I'm going to say pd.set underscore option display dot max underscore columns, and I'm going to set it to none. Yes. And now let me show you guys this information, like about how many data sets you have here, and if any null values are there inside it. You can see here you have 10,683 data points, and you have the same all over here. You don't have null values and the data type is object. But here in the price there's same data points, no null values, but it's integer. The data type is integer. And the data type over here is integer 64, and you have integer as 1 and object as 10. Objects you have 10. And now let me show you guys the train data's value, the duration value count that is inside the train data set. Dot value underscore counts. Yeah, you can see 2 hours 50 minutes of duration, 550 data points are there, and then you have 1 hour 30 minutes, 386 data points are there, and so on you have over here. And these are the same way, like 2 hours 55 minutes you have 337 data points, you have for 2 hours 45 minutes you have 337 data points, all those things. And now I'm going to drop all the null values. So I'm going to say train underscore data dot drop now in the sense drop null values, and I'm going to say in place is equal to true. And now let me just check the null values. Let me just check the null. You can see you don't have any null values over here. And now let me convert all this journey about this. Okay, let me just do one thing. I'm gonna call the train data's head because I need the date of journey over here. You can see here date of journey and also the depth time, arrival time. All this you have to convert to day, date, and all those things, time and all those things. For that I'm gonna write a line. That is train underscore data, which is our the data set name. I'm gonna say journey underscore day is equal to pd dot to underscore date time of train underscore data dot date underscore of underscore journey. What I'm doing over here is I'm gonna convert this into day, because if I have to convert this journey, what I have to do is I'm gonna split it up actually. The day I'm gonna say it's day, and the night the day I'm gonna say it's day, and the date I'm gonna say it's date. The day I'm gonna say it's day, and the month I'm gonna say it's month, and also the time, the seconds, minutes, hours, it's gonna be converted like that. Journey, comma, format is equal to, here we have a format, so let me copy that up. That's nothing but %d, %m, and %y. Let me just write that up. Format is equal to, I have to put it in, I have to put it in double quotes. We have to put it in double quotes, so let me do that, and d, and then %m, and then %y. Okay, it's capital Y. And then I'm going to say .dt dot month, because this is going to, dt dot day, because this is going to be day. Type error, time, date. Yes, that's why I'm going to copy. Okay, it should match, right? There's no error. Let me do one thing. There might be some spelling mistake. So let me just copy up this much. Yes, now, yeah, it's working. Let me just see what mistake I did. Format is equal to day. Oh, we had to put the slash and then you have to put the y. That's the mistake that. Oh, sorry. Sorry, just give me a minute. Yeah. So I'm gonna copy up the same thing and do it for the journey month. Journey month. And this is going to be for the month. Yeah. And now let me just drop off this date of journey because we have split it into journey day and journey month. So I'm gonna say train underscore data dot drop date underscore of underscore journey comma access equals 1 comma in place equals to true. Now let me show you guys a train data set. You'll not have the date of journey, but you'll have the journey month and journey day. You can see journey day, journey month, but you don't have the date of journey. Now let me do the same thing for dep hour and dep minute. I'm gonna split it into dep hour and dep minute. I'm gonna do the same thing, but dep underscore hour journey. No, it's gonna be dep underscore time. Okay, there should be one change over here. That is train data. We're gonna put a bracket over here and say dep underscore time. Sorry. And here the format is gonna be, and here the format is not gonna be there. And it's gonna be hard. I'm gonna do the same for dep minute time, and it's gonna be minute. Yeah. And now I'm gonna drop the dep time. I'm gonna drop the dep time. So I'm gonna say train underscore dot drop dep underscore time comma access equals 1 comma in place equals true. Yes. And now let me show you guys the train data. You'll not have the dep time, but you'll have the dep hour and dep minute. It'll be here. Yeah, dep hour and dep minute, but you don't have the dep time. We're gonna do the same for arrival time. So Control A, Control C, Control V. Here it's gonna be different. Dot to date time train data. Here you are not gonna add the double quotes, but instead of that, you're gonna and you don't have these brackets too. You are gonna say dot arrival underscore time, and here it's gonna be into hour, and here it's gonna be into minute. That's right. It's going to be arrival hour and arrival minute. And remove this up dot arrival underscore time. And now I'm gonna do the same, that is removing up the arrival time. Yes. And now if I show you guys the train, I'm gonna show you guys the train data, and you will not have the arrival time, but you'll have the arrival hour and arrival minute. That's right here. You don't have the arrival time. And then I'm gonna say duration is equal to list of train data, and what I'm gonna do is the train data I'm gonna convert up the duration into a list. You guys will know that in a minute. We have to use it. That's why. Duration. Let me run it. Yeah. And now wherever I use the duration is gonna be like we are gonna call this duration. Now wherever I use this lowercase d duration, it's gonna be like we have called this data set duration. And after doing this, we have a for loop saying for I in range. Here what we did was we are telling that in length, whatever the length of duration for each and every data point in length of duration, and inside that and whatever we need to do, it's gonna come inside the for. Here we need a if condition for checking if it's a hour or if it's minute. So let me do that. In duration of duration of I. Yeah. And inside this we're gonna say duration of I, that means the data point, each and every data point we're checking. Duration of I dot strip dot we're gonna say that this is going to be 0 minutes. That means there are no minutes inside this. And if it's a minute, we're gonna say there's no hour inside this. So we're gonna say else duration of I is equal to duration of I dot strip plus 0 hour. Yeah, and then I'm gonna say duration. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me put everything here so that it's all about duration, right? So I'm gonna say duration underscore hours. That means here we have stripped it inside hours and minutes, right? So we're gonna say duration hours is equal to duration hours, and duration minutes is equal to duration minutes. Is equal to, yeah. And then again a for condition I'm going to add. I'm going to say for I in range and length of duration. Again, now what is length of duration? That means the same for condition for each data set in length of duration. We're going to say duration underscore hours. Here we're going to append something. So I'm going to say underscore hours dot append integer. We're going to append an integer of duration I, and I'm gonna say dot split. Here what we did was we're gonna split it and we're gonna add hour. We're gonna add the text hour is equal to hour, and here we're gonna come out with a 0, and I'm gonna copy the same thing for the minutes. Here we have minutes. Yeah. What I'm gonna do after 0 is I'm gonna say dot split. That's the difference. Split minus 1. Yes. Value error. Okay, duration. Okay, it's duration minutes over here. There is some error. Okay, so what we should do is we should not strip. Rather than doing the strip, we can just say plus hour. 0 hours, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. 0 hours plus duration of I. That's what we can do. It's not still going. Okay, let me do one thing. I'm gonna copy that, and I guess there is an error where I've wrote something wrong. I'm gonna come out. Yeah, I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna paste the same code and check if there is any difference here. Duration of hours, every single thing is right. This should work. Don't know why is it not working. Here you have a for condition. And yeah, you have everything working fine. There must be some spelling mistake. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Yes, let me delete this line. It's working. Yes, there should be some spelling mistake. That's here when I put it to 1. Yeah, what we did was the problem was we just told if length of duration I dot split, we just told not equal to, we didn't tell not equal to 0. So that was the problem we did. That was the error we did. Let's continue. I'm gonna say train underscore data of duration is equal to duration hours. That means we're gonna say duration hours. In the duration is going to be duration hours. Duration hours, you guys will know that. Train data control A, control C. Oh, sorry, control V, control. You have duration minutes. Let me run it. Yeah. And now I'm gonna drop off this duration because we have done our work with the duration. With duration. Oh yeah, I've done a small mistake. Comma access equals 1, comma in place equals 1. Sorry, in place is equal to true. Yeah, and now if you see the data set, you will not have duration. Sorry, dot head. You can see there is no duration over here. There's nothing, no data point called as duration. And now let me do the same on. And now let me show you guys the airline, the value counts of airline, like how many people are using. So I'm gonna get the value counts. Train underscore data. Yeah, you can see Jet Airways you have 3,849, Indigo you have 2,553, and Air India you have 1,751. All these are the value counts, and the name over here, the column name is airline. That's what it shows. And now let me check the correlation between price and airline. So I'm going to use the Seaborn over here. So let me copy that because I've used it in most of my videos. I've typed it in most of my videos. Yeah. Here in the y-axis you have price, and in the x-axis you have airline. That means we're going to compare for which type of airline you have more. Here you can see Jet Airways Business you have more up to 80,000. And here in Jet Airways you can see nearby to 10,000, like that. So this is how you're going to check, and this is going to be the box. This is going to be a cat plot. This type of plot is going to be the cat plot. Let me say that airline is equal to train data of airline. Sorry, airline. Yeah, and airline. And then I'm gonna say that airline is equal to pd.get. All the dummies in this airline, I'm gonna set it to airline. That means here the variable airline, I'm gonna get the dummies from it and set it to the and feed it inside and put it inside I'm gonna get all the dummies from airline, the data point airline, and I'm gonna put it inside I'm gonna get all the dummies from the column airline in the data set, and I'm gonna put it inside the variable airline. So I'm gonna say get underscore dummies of airline comma drop first is equal to true. Let me run it. And now now let's move to the source, and let me show you guys the source value count first. So I'm gonna say value underscore counts. You have Delhi as 4,536. Yeah, Delhi is a data point, and here we have used Delhi 4,536 times, and Kolkata 2,871, and Bangalore 2,197, Mumbai 677, and Chennai 697, and Chennai 381. And the column name is source. And now let me do the same thing that I did over here to source, and here you have source, and then you have source, and then source. Let me run it. Yes. And now let me do the same thing for the destination. Before that, let me show you guys the destination's value counts. Destination, I'm going to say dot value underscore counts. Yeah, Cochin, like the destination in the sense the place where you want to land. Cochin you have 4,536, Bangalore 2,871, Delhi 1,265, New Delhi 932, Hyderabad 697, Kolkata 381. So these are all the destination value counts. Now let's do the same thing that we did to airline and for source. I'm gonna do the same thing to destination. I'm gonna get the dummies and store it inside the variable destination, and here you have destination. Let me run it. And now if you see if I call this destination dot head, you're gonna get destination of Cochin, you have these many, destination of Delhi, you have these many, destination of Hyderabad, destination of Kolkata, destination of New Delhi. These are all the indexes. This is going to be the destination head. Now let me drop out this route and additional information. We are going to drop this route and additional information because route is similar to source and destination, and this additional information is not needed for predicting. So I'm going to say train data dot drop route comma additional underscore info, and I'm going to say comma the axis is equal to 1, comma in place is equal to true. Yeah. Now let me show you guys the train data head. You will not have route and additional information. You have all what you need. Yeah, you don't have the route and additional information. And now let's say that non-stop, let's set it to 0 stops, 1 stop to 1, 2 stops to 2, like that, because here they have given as for the stops, total stops, non-stop, 2 stops, 1 stop, like that. It's going till 4 stops. So for that I'm going to change it to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me copy that and I'm going to show it to you guys. Yeah, train data dot replace non-stop to 0, 1 stop to 1, 2 stops to 2, 3 stops to 3, 4 stops to 4, and in place we have set it to true because we don't need it. Yeah. And now if I show you guys the train, if I call the train data head, you will not you will not have like one stop, zero stop, non-stop, all those things. You just have numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to concatenate like into data train. I'm going to concatenate all of them as train data. I'm going to into data train. This is going to be a new data set. I'm going to say data underscore train is equal to, I'm going to concatenate source and destination over here for predicting. Concat from the train data. So sorry, train underscore data. I'm gonna concatenate airline source and destination. And then I'm gonna comma axis equals 1. Yeah. And now the train data, let me show you guys the head. Yeah, airline source, destination stops. What we did was here, you can see airline, jet, airways, business. We have separated all of them, like separately. And now I'm gonna call the test data and start the prediction. So I'm gonna say test underscore data is equal to pt dot read underscore excel. I'm gonna read the data set. So I've already showed you guys, so I'm gonna copy that line only that's reading the data. And I'm also gonna copy the formulas here. That is, we're gonna say test data information, how many null values you have, and then I've converted this dep time and dep hour. Like I've splitted this dep hour and dep minute from dep time that we did in the train data set to the same I've done to arrival hour and arrival minute. And then I've put the same for loop that I've put for duration over there. So the same thing I'm just gonna copy it. There's no difference. And also I have replaced this non-stop to 0, this non-stop to the same thing that we did in the train data set. And then I've dropped all of this airline source destination and I've printed the shape of test data. And now let me get the train data columns. Yeah. So these are all the columns that are there in the train data. So I'm gonna store it inside the X value. So I'm gonna say data underscore train dot log. Another one. Yeah. Now let me copy up every single thing and put it inside this. Yes. And let me show you guys, and also let me show you guys the X head. Head. Name error type error. Comma. You have commas everywhere, right? There must be some mistake. Type error, airline source destination is an invalid key. I just got it from columns. Data underscore train dot log. Yes, we forgot to put a comma. That was the mistake that we did. Yeah, comma in the sense these are all the columns. Here you have it all about the destination New Delhi. We have splitted it basically for predicting it in the test data set. And then I'm gonna say y is equal to data underscore train dot ilog. I'm gonna log the columns. Here we have y and x. And after initializing this data set of y, we're gonna import this train test split. We have to get the x train, y train and all about that. So I'm gonna import train test split. For that, let me first make it big. Yeah, sklearn dot model underscore selection import train test split. And now I'm gonna say x underscore train comma x underscore test comma y underscore test comma y underscore train is equal to, I'm gonna say train test split of x and y. And then I'm gonna set the test size to 0.2, let's set it, yeah. And I'm gonna set the random state to 42, yeah. And let me run it. Syntax error, sorry, comma, no module sklearn, yes. And then I'm gonna import the random forest regressor, and I'm gonna fit all of this and predict it. So I'm gonna say from sklearn.ensemble import random forest regressor. And then I'm gonna say reg, that means regressor underscore rf is equal to random for, okay, let me do one thing. Rather than typing everything up, I'm just gonna copy this, paste it, and put a bracket. And then I'm gonna fit up this. I'm gonna say dot fit x underscore train comma y underscore train shows a value error could not convert string to float multiple carriers. Yeah, what I did was I had to check the correlation, and for checking the correlation I put a map. And I've done one changes that I've put a heat map using Seaborn, and this is the correlation in train data. The correlation between each and every data column. For total stops and duration minute, duration hours, price, annual minutes, journey day, and all those things. And then we have to check the feature importances over here. For that we have to import extra tree regressor. Let me do that. So I'm going to say from ensemble import extra tree regressor. And then I'm going to say, like inside the selection, I'm going to say that this, whenever I call this selection, I'm going to call the import extra trees regressor. Yes. And now inside the selection, I'm going to fit up this x and y. I'm going to say dot fit x comma y. It should work. And then I'm going to say print selection dot feature underscore importances underscore. So these are all the feature importances for each and every feature. Now let me do the train test split. So that one I'm going to copy it up. Where is the train test split? Yes, here it is. Let me run it. Yeah. And after doing that, I'm going to say that and after doing this, I'm going to import this random forest regressor. So let me do that. I'm going to fit the x train and y train to predict. I'm going to say I'm going to say from sklearn.ensemble import random forest regressor. And then I'm going to say reg underscore rf is equal to Control C, Control V, and yeah. And then I'm going to say reg underscore rf dot fit of x, y. Let me run it. And then I'm going to save y underscore pred is equal to reg underscore rf dot predict. That means using x and y, we're gonna predict x test. And then let me just say that reg rf dot score. I'm gonna score this x train and y train. I'm gonna say comma y train. The same thing, I'm gonna do it for the x test and y test. And now let me import the randomized search CV, and using that I'm gonna put the n estimator, the maximum leaf nodes, minimum leaf nodes that are needed, and all those things. So let me copy that because I've showed it in most of my videos. Sorry, control Z. Here it is. I'll just explain it to you guys. First, let me fit up this everything. Yeah. First I did was I've set the n estimators to n estimators. Before that, let me show you guys that n estimators is equal to integer of x. This is all about a formula kind of thing where we have started. It's like a for condition where the start is 100, stop is 1200, and the number is 12. That means when each number, like we are gonna skip like 112, like that we're gonna move adding 12. It's like a for condition. And then we set the max feature to auto and square root. And then the max depth, here we have set the start to 5, stop to 30, and the number to 6. Minimum sample split is this, maximum sample split is this. These are all the arrays. And then random grid, we told that n estimators is n estimators, max features is max features, and so on. And then I told rf underscore random, that is the import. That is the import that we have used over here. That's the randomized search CV import. And then we told randomized search, we told rf underscore random is equal to randomized search CV. And we told the estimator over here is going to be reg rf. That means it's going to be the random forest regressor. And then we told parameter distributions is equal to random grid, here the n estimators and all those things. And scoring, that this is a squared error, mean squared error. Here we put the negative mean squared error, you have positive mean squared error, and we have many other errors. We have n enter, I have set it to 10, CV to 5, verbals to 2, and random state to 42, n jobs to 1. And then what I did was I fit this x train and y train into rf random. And then I'm going to get the prediction, saying predictions is equal to rf underscore random dot predict x underscore test. You get the predictions. So this is going to be right because already we fit it, and now the prediction is going to be should be right. Now let's move to Spider, and let me open the file where I have done the deployment. Yeah, the fitting is completed now. And the predictions are here. Now let me print the prediction for you guys. Prediction. Okay, predictions. So yeah, you can see the prediction is right here. Now let's move to the deployment part. As I told you guys in my before videos too, we have done the same thing. But what I did is over here, it's going to be depth. We have converted this into day and month. We have done the same to arrival hour, duration hour, duration minute, total stops. What we did, we have we have from float, we have converted to integer, and then we have created a if condition saying if it's Jet Airways, if airline is Jet Airways, only Jet Airways is 1 and rest all are 0. If it's Indigo is 1, rest all are 0. Air India is 1 and rest all are 0. So on, we have done the same thing for all the airlines. And then we did the same thing for source. That means from where you are going to take off. That's Delhi is going to be 1. Kolkata is going to be 1. Mumbai is going to be 1. Chennai is going to be 1, or else nothing is going to be 1. And then we have done the same thing for destination. Here it's gonna else we have put here, you can see else in the sense like a Bangalore, yeah, else in the sense like Bangalore is gonna be 1 and rest all are gonna be 0, you can think like that. And then we have done the same for destination, and then we have put the prediction model. We told prediction is equal to model dot predict. Here we have predicted saying total stops, journey day, journey month, all the columns that we have put it here. And then output, I told output is equal to round prediction 02. This is common in all the deployment. And then we told return render template, this render template home HTML. Let me show it to you guys, but before that let's see the deployment place. The prediction text, I told your flight is rupees, and then I put format as output because that's going to be the prediction. And then I told return render template, that means it's gonna return in the same way how it was before after printing out things, after printing out the output. What we did was first we put a form saying it's the prediction, the action is prediction, and then we put a row inside that, a column inside that, a class body, and then we have a h5 tag saying departure date. That means the date, as I showed you guys, the departure date, the date we are leaving. And then I put input, I have put an input tag saying input type is equal to date time local, and then name dep time, id dep time, required, it is required, so I put required is equal to required. And then the same thing I have done for date time local, the same thing we have done for source, the same thing we have done for destination. Do not worry about the HTML code too, I'll be posting to the GitHub link below. And the stoppage I have done the same, the airline I have done the same, and at the end I have put a input saying input type is equal to submit, value is equal to submit, class is equal to button. That means here the class button secondary we have put it, right? So it's gonna be the button actually, the button tag actually, but we have put it as an input because we have to display. And then here we have the JavaScript. These are all the links for the bootstrap things. These are all the bootstrap links. That means the predefined functions and all those things in JavaScript. So yeah, this is the home HTML and all those things. So now let me run it up and check if it will work. And here I have put the file directory. Now what I have to do is I have to just say Python app.py. Now let me copy this up. Okay, we have done a small mistake, that is in this app.py. I'll just go to desktop and I'm gonna create here desktop, yes, and I'm gonna create a new folder for flight prediction. I'm gonna say flight _ fare _ prediction. Yeah. Into this, let me go to OS, users, RJS Clinic, and here I have it. I'm gonna go to desktop, and in here I have flight fare prediction. I'm gonna paste it. And then I'm going to desktop itself, my own flight fare prediction. Yes, it's here. Oh, okay, there must be something wrong, I guess. Prediction, this is no use. This one is going to be just the title 1 flight fare. Yeah, it's here. I have the templates and apps over here. So let me copy this templates in the sense the home HTML, and this is going to be the app, the deployment part that I've showed in my 2 before videos too. So that's why flight fare prediction. Let me paste it. Yeah. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say cd, and I'm going to get this up here, paste it, and then I'm gonna say Python app.py. Let me cancel and go here. File not found, flight rf. Oh yeah, we have to do one thing, that's we have to dump all our predictions that we did. So this is going to be inside the, yeah, at the end we have to dump it. So I'm going to say import pickle file is equal to open flight underscore rf dot pkl. This one I'm just creating it, it'll be in the OS side, comma wp, and then I'm gonna say pickle dot dump reg underscore rf comma file. Yes, now I have dumped it all, and if I go to OS and check it, I mean OS users and jet cleaning, yes, flight rfpkl. Let me cut it up and paste it up in the flight fare prediction here. Now let me say python app.py. It should work. Yes, so let me get this up here. Sorry, let me enter. Yeah, you have the departure date over here. Let me put it as 25th, and the arrival date, the source I've set it, let me set it to Kolkata too, and the destination to Hyderabad and non-stop, and here let's set it to Vistara. It's a type. Yeah, your flight price is 5,581.49. So yeah, now we know how to predict the flight price. That's great. Thank you friends. Please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. Bye bye.